Yes, good evening, student. Today we are going to start the third unit of second chapter, that is the separation of components of a mixture. How can we separate the different components of mixture? So there are some different methods and techniques which we use to separate the mixture components. Okay, method of separation of the mixture. So some common method used for the separation of mixture. First of all, we have the winnowing. So winnowing, the process of separation of husk from grains by farmers, that is called the winnowing. So this method is basically used for the separation of husk from the grains. So they make the use of property that husk is very light as compared to the grains. On the windy day, the farmer stands on the high platform, okay, and allow the mixture of the grain and husk to drop from flat pan slowly. So by the wind, due to the wind velocity, the grains, we know that they have the weight, but husk is light in weight. So both of they separate and make it different heaps, okay, on the grain on the one side. Here there is a picture shown, student. This, the farmer is doing that process, winnowing his process. Okay, husk make a different heap, separate, and grains at the separate. So this method is called winnowing method. Okay, by the wind velocity they can use this method. Okay, so we can use this method to separate the heavy components from the light components of the mixture. Okay, so next one is the hand picking. So you are very familiar about the hand picking method. As in the hand picking method, we know that in the house your mom is also doing that method. Okay, to separate the stones for the from the pulses. Okay, then there, when the visible unwanted particles are moved by hand, this process is called the hand picking method. Okay, so in the case of hand picking method, we can separate the visible particles. Okay, so by this method, you know that your mother removing very small stones from the rice or pulses before cooking. Okay, and we can separate the rotten fruits, rotten eggs from the ripe fruits, or by hand picking. Okay, bad vegetables can be easily removed from the fresh vegetables by the hand picking. So this method is used as a to separate the particles of the two components that can be easily visible. Here is a one diagram shown. This is the method of hand picking. So you can easily do, from the pulses we easily remove the stones by this method. Okay, so here another is the sieving method. In the case of sieving, in this method we can separating the particles of different sizes by using a sieve is called when sieving. So we can use sieve in this case. Okay, so students, in the sieving method we are using the sieve. So you must have seen your mother sieving floor in the kitchen. Okay, so daily she used to do this, the floor particles being finally ground and pass through the holes of the sieve. Okay, so see, they easily pass through the holes of the sieve, but the husk particles, they are the big and they left on the above. Here is the one of the diagram shown, this sieving method. Suppose here this is the sieve. So the floor come out because it is very fine particles, and the husk particles, they are big and left in the sieve. Okay, the sieving method is also used at home. Even the sieving method is used for another different methods. We can use the sieving method to remove the stones from the stones from the that sand basically. Okay, so there also this method is used. So bigger stones can be easily you separate from the that small stones. Okay, so at the then as the bigger particles, bigger grains can be of the seeds sold at the high that is the price. Okay, so the sieving is a method in which we can use for the separating the large particle from the small particle. So this method is used, but it can be used only by the sieve. The next one is the sedimentation and decantation method. So in the case of sedimentation, this method is used to remove insoluble impurities basically in the suspension by allowing them to settle at the base. In this case, we use to separate the different insoluble. The suppose we have the insoluble impurities like, and we can allow them to suspend. Okay, and then we can easily remove them by this method. Here is a in the diagram there is a shown the sedimentation method is shown here. Students, you can easily see, I'm just showing you this sedimentation method. In this case, we take a muddy water. Okay, and we leave it for the 2-3 hours, then mud will be settled down at the base and the pure water will be clean water will be come up. So by pouring like this, we can easily remove the clear water and the mud will be left behind. This method is called the sedimentation method. Okay, so this method is very much important to separate the for the separation of pure water. So okay, so we can use this method, and this is called the sedimentation when the particles settle down, and this is called the decantation when we separate this pure liquid from the mud. Okay, so these both become separate. The next method is the filtration method. In the case of the filtration method, the process of separation of insoluble solid constituents of the mixture from its liquid constituents. So they are the insoluble impurities present. Okay, so they can easily separate from the mixture liquid constituents by passing the suspension through the suitable porous material is called the filtration. As you know, in your house your mom is daily using when she is making tea. Okay, to filter the tea she used to make this method. So that method is called the filtration method. Okay, by the filtration method we can easily separate the tea leaves from the tea. Okay, so these method, the clear liquid obtained for the suspension of the insoluble solid and liquid by this process is called the filtrate. So as we know that the liquid, clear liquid, as the tea separate from the tea leaves, so tea is the basically filtrate, and tea leaves, they are the residue. With the particles that left behind, they are the residue. Okay,